What's going on, everybody? Really excited to be here and talk about this stuff today. We did another video about different sleeves a while back, and that would be these ones right here, right? We have the 3 different types of sleeves we play with in our household, and an artwork sleeve up here. I traditionally stay away from the artwork sleeves because every single one that I've ever bought has either not shuffled well, they've stayed really stiff, and I'm not a big fan of that. I like them to get worked in over time. And as you can see back here behind this, we are huge fans of katana sleeves in the household. So we always have some katana sleeves on hand, but we came across a company that had some artworks on some sleeves that I just couldn't say no to. So I'm excited to review those today. They are artwork sleeves and excited to show those off. And we're going to sleeve a deck. And we aren't going to talk the whole time we're sleeving the deck. We're just going to do that real quick. We're going to fast forward through all that. And then we're going to shuffle. We're going to tell you how it feels, how they look, and kind of give you the reason why we bought those sleeves. But first I want to talk about the 3 sleeves that we play in the house. So first one is the new one, right? These are heavy play curved sleeves. If you notice the corners, right? They have that different corner on the bottom. We've been playing with these. I've been playing with these out at LGS's, at home, practice runs with new decks I'm making, all that kind of stuff. They've held up really well, especially when I use the inner sleeve, which are these right here, that come along with it. I have 0 complaints about them. They don't have a ton of extra space up here. They are great. Their color has stayed, and they feel great while you're shuffling. These are katana sleeves. You can see this. I've had this deck in these sleeves for probably, I want to say close to a year now, and we're just starting to get some of those little ripples that you get on top of your sleeves, especially when you double sleeve the cards. But this is a katana sleeve, and you can see nice tight fit. Katanas, if you've ever shuffled with them, you know they shuffle just super smooth. And the last one that we play with is Ultra Pro sleeves. They have a lot of different colors, but some of my complaints are things like this, right? So this is a newer deck. This is Gonti. So Outlaws of Thunder Junction. That's when I put this deck together. And you can see, and I don't really play this deck a whole lot because people tend to say I don't want to play against your deck that steals my stuff. So he doesn't really come out of the Titan case very often. So the fact that we're getting this little bit of waviness already off of these is one of my things, right? Now, I double sleeve all my decks, no matter what it is. But one of the other things that you can see in comparison here is look at how much extra is on there. And we kind of talked about that before a little bit. Some people might like that. I don't like that. I like the cards to be in there in a nice, tight, clean fit, right? So even when you stand them up, if we stand them up and do this, I can clearly see that other sleeve there, right? So let's put that one in the middle. If you look at it again, we only see that minty colored one, right? And then if we do it like this, we can see the mint, right? It's a little bit off kilter there, but those are the 3 sleeves we play with. I actually bought these a long time ago, and I was super excited to sleeve my deck in these. I think these are some of the coolest sleeves that I've ever had the opportunity to purchase, outside of the new ones we're going to reveal here. But the problem is that this gloss here, the cards would just stick together. I always wash my hands before I use my Magic cards. So does Moderator. Like, we try and treat them right. But no matter what I did, It just seemed like it would clump together, and I could pick the deck up like that, and half of it would stick to itself. Now, some people said give it more time, and it'll get better, but I didn't want to have to deal with that. So ultimately, I've used these for some things we've done on Whatnot. I've also used them for my commanders, as you can see here. So here is the other commander that we're going to re-sleeve today. It's Alexios, Demios of Cosmos. Awesome, fun, aggro, mono red deck. That is where these heavy play curved sleeves come in. So we did the red sleeves with the red commander. And here's the deck box. This is a deck box that I get a lot of compliments on. A lot of people ask where I got it. And full disclosure, I was in an LGS. I was playing some Pioneer one night. I walked up to see what cards they had. They had it in the shelf. I said, how much is that? I forget how much they said. And I said, I don't care. I want it. This is probably one of my most favorite deck boxes. The Great Wave is what it's called. Beautiful, beautiful deck box made by Ultra Pro. Ultra Pro does awesome on their deck boxes. We use a lot of them. I have not seen an Ultra Pro box that I can go wrong with yet. Especially these Art Series ones. So, this is a shout out to Ultra Pro. But, when you open this up, it's just my mono red deck. Right? Just mono red. Lots of mountains, lots of red cards, some artifacts, fun stuff. And I really love these heavy play red sleeves. But when I saw these new ones, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to get these. And I contacted these people after I bought the sleeves. And I said, hey, I just bought some sleeves. I want to do a video on here. And I didn't want to just do a quick picture and be like, oh, I got my new Ultra Pro sleeves. Or Ultra Pro. My new sleeves for my deck. I wanted to actually do a good video for them. So hopefully, if you guys are watching this, you appreciate this. But the company I got this from, found them on Instagram, AiArmor. Super pumped to get these. And you're about to see why. Let me flip this back up and closed. For a mono red deck in the Great Waves box, because I don't really change the boxes my decks go into. That way when I'm grabbing it out of my bag, I know Ultra Pro Great Wave is Alexios, right? That way I don't have to guess at what I'm grabbing. And here it is. This artwork had me sold. Boom. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that's going to match with that red background. Oh, I'm so excited. And a lot of people will just put their decks in any sleeves they want. I like to try and do mine certain ways. I put Gonti in the mint sleeves because that's a little bit different play style than what I do play normally. The black sleeves are that's my most optimized deck. So I have basically color coordination for everything. Now, I got these, I don't know, a week or two ago. It was really fast shipping. So I just have been delayed. And as you can see, I haven't opened them yet. I wanted to open them on the camera so everyone can see it. It was good pricing. Honestly, I don't remember how much they were, but it wasn't any more than what this would cost me with the double sleeves, or katanas would cost me right around that same price point. Great shipping, came very quickly, and man, am I excited. I hope you're getting excited about this as well, because it's just awesome. So this is my first time touching these, and I can already feel and already see the difference. So it's kind of hard to, there you can kind of see the difference, right? You can see my light reflecting off of it, and that has that real matte sheen to it, where this is very glossy and promotes a lot of like stickiness over the time as you use them. So I'm excited as I'm going through them. They aren't sticking together. Really excited about getting my deck inside these. It's going to take a while for me to re-sleeve this deck because I am going to have to change out the double sleeves, but they already feel great. And as I was fishing through them, none of them stuck together. They feel nice on the inside. Here's a nice view of that black background. I always enjoy that as well. But it already feels, without the card in there, like we're going to have a better experience than with the glossy back here. So, really excited about this. We'll sleeve this up. We'll do some shuffling. We'll see how it feels. And we'll get back into it.
2,000 years later.
Let's get back to what matters. What matters is, are these sleeves up to par? So, as you can see, and I'll try and be quiet here. So here we go. You can hear there's a little bit of noise while you're shuffling. That's all right. A little bit of noise never hurt no one. Here's what a double sleeved stack of these look like. Now, we aren't going to be all positive about this, right? I am not a huge fan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. Oh, 6. 6 extra sleeves. Not a huge fan of that. I would like to see less sleeves. I know that sounds alternate to what most people say, because they want some extra sleeves into there just in case, you know, there's a sleeve that has like a bad corner or whatever. You need to replace them later on. When I use katanas, which are my gold standard, are katanas. There are 100 sleeves, which tells me they have product control. They don't have to worry about, is there going to be a bad sleeve in there? So let's shuffle. We don't hear any kind of clips or scrapes, which is super nice. And you know what's crazy about these is whenever you re-sleeve a new deck, right? Or you sleeve an old deck and you have to re-sleeve it, it's really slippery and it's really hard to control. And the biggest thing with this, and this is on me because I double sleeve, is that there's all that air inside of there. But it feels like my sleeves aren't going to slip and slide all over the place, and I'm going to lose a bunch of cards, and I'm not going to be able to stand up my stack, right? Because when you double sleeve, it makes your 100 card or your 99 cards in your deck really tall. And you can see that air going back in there. That'll go away eventually. But you can see this isn't touching it, this isn't touching it, so I can leave them off kilter, and they're doing just fine. With a new set of sleeves, most of the time you're going to see that fall. So that's a huge positive for these. They feel good shuffling. They sound good. They feel, and again, this might sound weird, they feel like I've been using them and that I'm already used to shuffling them, which is super nice. Comparatively to that new feel that you get and you're kind of slipping and sliding all over the place. Overall, I enjoy them. I mean, they go with the theme of my deck box. I really enjoy that, which is awesome. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I understand, they have a lot of hand-drawn art as well as AI art. And for those of you who hate on AI art, you need to get used to it. It's part of the world. I mean, I understand people want to help out artists and they want to support local artists and artists they know. AI art is part of life now, and we just have to accept what we can't change. I mean, what do we get? Are you going to stop playing Magic if they go some cards AI art? And if that's the case, okay. I mean, to each their own. But AI art does not bother me. putting the cards in the sleeves super easy and smooth, which is really important, especially if you double sleeve, because a lot of times what will happen is you put the new inner sleeve in, it has a nice sharp corner on there, and you're pushing it in and it seems like the side clearance isn't quite there, and it'll get stuck and bend that corner inside there. A lot of things happen with that. Not a single issue with these. I mean, they seem pretty alright with me. I'm enjoying them. Like I said, it almost feels like I've already been playing with them, how they're shuffling. And the more I shuffle them, the more that noise goes away. Like those cards are getting a little bit, worn in. Whoop. And that's our first loss of the cards that we had. That's probably on me. But they didn't go flying everywhere, which is nice. But I don't think that I'm going to have the same issue as I did with the other artwork sleeves with these ones. You can see I'm manipulating them. We've only lost them once. So no corners are bending, no problems. I feel like my cards are protected. They feel great. I feel like I'm getting a good shuffle out of them. I would recommend, just based off that, giving them a shot. Let's look at the other factors that I look at though. So we'll push that down in there, make sure that it's nice and deep in there. All right. So we have katanas right here in the front and AiArmor on the back. You can see very little left over, especially with that double sleeve in there, which is nice. I like that. Let's compare it to, make sure that everything's all pressed down in there. Compare that to Ultra Pro, and again we can see the Ultra Pro just still has more of that sleeve left over, and it seems like so much. I mean, if we look at it here, and I know it's kind of hard because they're all black back, but that is the Ultra Pro sleeve right there. Let's just tap that down again. I mean, it's crazy. So let's just put the Ultra Pro like this. Okay, and you can see how much more there is on that Ultra Pro sleeve. I mean, for me, it's just an annoyance. It's not, I mean, I don't know if it affects anything. It's really just an annoyance. Overall, though, pretty awesome. Great artwork. Excited to be able to match. Make sure to go check them out. They're called AiArmor. I found them on Instagram. They do have a website because I ultimately went to their website to go see what artwork they have. Give them a shot. Just like the heavy play curved sleeves, I'll be buying some more of these. Putting some of my decks in some sweet art and just making sure that they stay good over time. So keep coming back, check in for that. We'll give you an update if anything's wrong. I don't do any of the tear test on here, and that's simply because I don't know who would ever tear a card that way, but whatever, weird things have happened. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna give a rating out of 5 for each of these, and I'll grab a heavy play curve sleeve as well. So I've said this before and I'll say it again, katana sleeves are my gold standard. It can change. I used to think Ultra Pro was the only way to go, but then I got a friend who introduced me to katanas. The katanas then changed my whole world. So katanas, I'm giving 5 out of 5. I'm actually putting the AiArmor and heavy play curve sleeves on the same of a 4 out of 5 on both of these. They both feel great right out of the package shuffling. I would even put the AiArmor probably at like a 4.5 over the heavy plate curve sleeves because this is a new day. And look, I can shove it and it's not falling all over the place. It's not slipping and sliding. I'm not worried if I go set that up at an LGS and worried about my deck falling over if somebody, breathes wrong. So I'm giving them a 4.5. Then I'm giving heavy plate curve a 4. And sorry, Ultra Pro, you're still going to be down in the 2.5 range for me of if I'm at an LGS and I need some sleeves, you're probably going to be there. But if they have other ones, I'm probably going to try out the other ones first. Sorry if you like Ultra Pro. It's just my thought on it. I hope everyone has a great one. We'll catch you on the next one. See you next time.